our foundational greats in the persons of Mr. Reuben Vanterpool, former Commissioner Frazer, long-standing educator, Mr. Elmore Stoutt, and his wife is with us. Mrs. Stoutt is also with us. Special welcome to her. We recognize Dr. Patricia Turnbull. You know I'm going to say she's St. Lucian, right? St. Lucian by birth, part of the BVI by choice. Over 50 years here, so we welcome all of them. We recognize our head of school, our director, Mr. Scott Crawford, always a very avid supporter of the primary school and everything that we do. Our deputy chair is also with us, Ms. Vanessa King, and she stands also as a supporter and sponsor of this event as well in collaboration with Cedar International School. So we're very pleased, our teaching colleagues, members of staff, we have the media with us. They have felt it necessary to cover this event, and we're ever so grateful because we do believe that it's important as Cedar International that we speak to our community engagement, and there's no more fitting way than to honor those who have laid the path for us. No more fitting way than to honor our elders. No more fitting way than to say thank you for the things that we don't know. We may never know, but we know that they would have laid the foundation. So, finally, I recognize our students. Thank you for being here. And I know that you have been avid listeners to our various guests. It's the second week upstairs, so don't let that bother you too much, okay? They're just breaking for the recess time. At this point, I'd like to invite our various students who are going to come and do an appreciation. It's a script that they've prepared with the support of our able team. I will say thank you in a bit, but our children are going to show how they honor our honorees this morning. So students, are you ready? And they represent our student council.
Good morning. Elmore Stoutt, a legacy of service and cultural preservation. Elmore Stoutt, a beloved figure in the British Virgin Islands, has dedicated his life to education, community development, and preservation of local culture and heritage. From pupil, teacher to principal. 1959. Mr. Elmore Stoutt began his teaching career at the age of 14 as a pupil teacher. 1969, he completed his teacher trainings at the Leeward Islands Teaching Training College. 1987 to 2005, he served as a principal at the British Virgin Islands High School, which was later renamed in his honor.
Awards and recognitions. Mr. Stoutt was awarded a medal from Queen Elizabeth II for services to education and community, and he was also honored by Ebenezer Thomas Primary School for his contributions. 2005. He served as a government minister after winning by-election. Elmore Stout's legacy. The Fungi Bandmaster, community leader and advocate. Mr. Stoutt is actively involved in the advancement of youth and community development. Musician and storyteller. Mr. Stoutt plays the guitar and ukulele. Talented performer and master of tradition, ex-tempo calypsos. That's the band Elmore Stoutt and the Spark Plugs, and sings with the Zion Hill Methodist Church Choir. Cultural advocate. Mr. Stoutt passionately works to preserve and promote the heritage of the Virgin Islands. Educator. Mr. Stoutt taught for over 50 years, including as a principal. He also worked in guidance counseling and education management, and as a truancy officer. Stout's inspiring quotes. Can as much as you can while you can. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Elmore Stoutt.
Dr. Patricia G. Turnbull, BVI Badge of Honor, recipient, a dedicated educator, cultural scholar, and author committed to preserving Virgin Islands history, language, and literature. Accolades and recognition. Author. Dr. Turnbull published multiple books on Virgin Islands history and culture. She gave the Virgin Islands community a better understanding of the lives lived by the free of limited Africans in the 19th and early 20th century. Educator. Originally from St. Lucia, Dr. Turnbull moved to the BVI in 1970, where she taught in different schools such as St. George's, BVI High School, and HLSCC. Community leader. Dr. Turnbull actively engages in preserving and sharing Virgin Islands heritage. She believes the Virgin Islands holds a more promising future if we remember the lessons from the past.
Prolific author. Can These Stones Talk? This book investigates the history of St. Philip's Church and the African settlement. Tea, Cocoa and Kush Kush. This is a children's book exploring Virgin Islands culture and language. Where I See the Sun. Dr. Turnbull contributed to a poetry anthology showcasing Virgin Islands writers. Dr. Patricia Turnbull. Dr. Patricia G. Turnbull is an outstanding citizen who has contributed to our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world as Virgin Islanders. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Patricia G. Turnbull. Reuben Vanterpool, a beacon of Virgin Islands culture. Reuben Vanterpool, a Reynell artist, teacher, and cultural ambassador from the Virgin Islands, is dedicated to preserving and sharing the rich heritage of his homeland. A legacy of service and passion. Artist, painter capturing the essence of Virgin Islands culture and history and through his paintings. Educator, taught woodwork at the BVI Elmore Stoutt High School, inspiring the next generation. Community leader, serving as speaker of the BVI Legislative Council. Cultural advocate, preserving traditions through Genesis Studio and local groups. Genesis Studio, a cultural oasis. This studio was created by Mr. Reuben Vanterpool and his wife Olive. The studio is 1. A medicinal garden. It cultivates plants once used for traditional remedies in the Virgin Islands. 2. Artistic hub. This features Mr. Reuben's paintings and showcases other local artists' work. 3. Time capsule. It transports visitors to the essence of the Virgin Islands, past and present. The Ridge Road murals, preserving history. Capturing traditions. Reuben's art preserved the visual heritage of the Virgin Islands. Community centerpiece. The murals have become a beloved landmark celebrating local identity. Recognizing Mr. Vanterpool's impact. Cultural bearer. Celebrated for his efforts to showcase Virgin Islands heritage. 2. Community leader. Honored for his contributions as a former Legislative Council Speaker. 3. Unsung hero. Thank you guys for selfless service to the local church and beyond. And for vocalists, sing with the renowned Foggy Mountain Boys. Now please give a round of applause to Mr. Reuben Vanterpool. Thank you, Mr. Vanterpool. Former Commissioner of Peace, Mr. Reynell Frazer. Being a Medal Honor recipient, Mr. Reynell Frazer has dedicated his life to serving the people of the Virgin Islands. From his early days as an educator to his distinguished career in the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, Mr. Frazer has consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to bettering his community through music, innovation, and motivation, making him a true hero, deserving of our admiration and gratitude. A life of service and dedication. Educator. Mr. Frazer began his service to the Virgin Islands in the late 1960s, working as an educator and inspiring young minds. 2. Jesus. In 1973, Mr. Frazer enlisted in the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, working his way up through the ranks to eventually become the Medal of Peace in 2005, then retiring in 2013, providing 38 years of service. 3. Volunteer. Even after his retirement in 2013, Mr. Frazer has continued to serve at Virgin Islands, selflessly volunteering his time in primary schools to help students and steer them away from a life of crime. His dedication to the well-being of the youth is truly inspiring.
A legendary committee member. 1. Organist at church. In addition to his remarkable public service, Mr. Frazer is also deeply involved in his local church, serving as the organist. 2. Comforting the grieving with music. Mr. Frazer is known for his selfless acts of showing up at local funeral homes to play the keyboard and piano. Mr. Frazer's musical ministry extends beyond here, as he has even played in funerals at St. Thomas, showing his endless commitment to provide comfort to those in need. 3. Unsung hero. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions, Mr. Frazer was honored by the New Life Baptist Church in 2016 during a service of recognition for unsung heroes within the Virgin Islands. Former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Reynell Frazer, also known as Top Cop. Please give a round of applause for former Commissioner of Police, Mr. Reynell Frazer.
At this point, may we invite our Deputy Chair, Ms. Vanessa King, to come to the presentation. She will also say some brief remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. Good morning, honorees. Ceremonies like this is so important, and I'm so glad that we're doing this. We learn about nation builders in class, right, students? But when you have a ceremony like this and you get to see the people who are the nation builders, you get to see Mr. Elmore Stoutt, who the school is named after, and you see Mr. Reynell Frazer, who I see every morning. Well, you get to realize that nation builders are regular people like you and I. People you see when you exercise in the morning, like I see Mr. Frazer, or people you may see in the supermarket. And so, if they can be nation builders, so can we. And it gives us perspective, a perspective. And so, hopefully in the future, and not too far future, we'll be honoring some of you as nation builders. Right, Sebi? Right now? Ivy Rose? Nate Johnson? And And so thank you. Thank you for coming and making it real for our students. That you can see that this is something they can, be. And it's not just something in books and something that you learn in school, but it's real. So thank you. And thank you to the committee for doing this. I think this is a really great initiative, and I hope to see you going forward.
As a show of gratitude for her presence, for her contribution as well, we recognize our Deputy Chair, Ms. King. Every great organization needs a great leader. Also an individual who sees the vision, who supports the vision, who participates in the vision, who is a visible presence. And I say it all the time, doesn't matter how simple our assemblies are, when we recognize our children, he will come down regardless of how busy he is. And so I ask you to also put your hands together for our director, Mr. Stoutt, who will come
All right, good morning, primary. Good morning to our honorees. It's truly an honor to have Dr. Turnbull, Mr. Stoutt, from Commissioner Frazer, Mr. Vanterpool with us this morning. Their names are legendary in our community, and rightly so for their contributions. As Ms. King just said, their being here this morning helps connect us to the real people behind these names. And it's a reminder that they continue to contribute to the community every day. And that includes giving generously of their time to be here with us this morning. And we're really grateful for that. It's so important to be learning from these people who have done so much to shape our community. And again, as Ms. King said, it's inspiring for who will be next to follow in their footsteps. And so I'd like to offer them a round of applause if everybody can. And as I thank them for being here, I think it's also important to thank and recognize the person who had the vision to pull this morning together, and that's our wonderful head of primary, Dr. Meyer. We can give her a hand. And I know that some of you took a lot of work and energy in organizing the logistics of this and making it go so well. It was missing that. So I also want to give thanks to all of our teachers for their enthusiastic support of this and participation in this. Mr. Johnson and Mr. Butcher are about to, and the Fuji Band are here to entertain us this morning, so thanks to them for being here. And thanks to all of you students for your enthusiastic participation in the workshops. It's been a really fun morning, and I hope you're going to be taking away really good thoughts from this. So give yourselves a hand and your teachers a hand. On that note, I understand that we are ready for the performance, so I will hand up Mr. Elmore Stoutt. Will you please join us on stage for the musical entertainment? I'm looking forward to this.
That's bringing the band together, bringing the song together. Long time we didn't have any pianos or tuning forks to bring what we go, do mi so do, sweet white, white, white. So we are right here, so. Before I start to sing, I'm going to share a story with you. So all of us would leave here knowing this story. We're going to do Louis first? Now, who was Louis? Louis was a man, like any man, living on a high hill overlooking Cane Garden Bay. And he had a girlfriend down in the village of Grosse Bay. That was the next village. In those days, we didn't have any motor cars. We didn't have any jeeps. We didn't have any trucks. See? So if you wanted to go down and visit your girlfriend, you would have to ride on a donkey, or a horse, or a mule. But it wasn't good to go riding on a donkey if you were going to court your girlfriend. That wasn't official, right? Yeah, you need a carriage, but we didn't have roads in those days, you see? We just had a track. So Louis, he set his eyes on a beautiful girl down in the village. And guess what? He had to write a long letter to the parents asking permission to come down to the village to see the girl. Wow. The parents got the letter and they started to discuss it with all the members of the family. And after 2 weeks, Louis got a reply. Yes, sir, you may come down and visit the girl. That was a good feeling. What do you say? Yeah. While Louis was waiting, he couldn't sleep. While he was waiting for an answer, he couldn't eat. See how it is? Ever any happened to you, director? Okay. So Louis was able to go and visit the girl down in Grosse Bay, and he would ride his father's mule. It was always an honor for a young man to come home to visit a young lady. It showed respect and it honored the family. Right? Courtship to court a girl. You older ones might start saying dating a girl, right? It's different. So Louis would go down to the house and he would meet the mother, the father, the uncle, the aunt, the older siblings, all the family. It was a family thing. Nowadays, if a girl wants to go courting, you just hear a car pop, and the girl run gone. Different. So Louis went down riding on this mule. Everything was going well. But the men from the BVI always had a problem. At those times, there wasn't much money. So our men had to leave Tortola or Virgin Gorda, Jasmine Dyke, or Anegada, and they went other places to work. Some went to Cuba, way west. Some went to Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. Some went to Panama. They had, yes, work on the Panama Canal. Some went to Curacao, and some went to Aruba. But Louis, he was lucky. He went to St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, because work opened there. And he would get 29 days stamped in his passport and come back to Tortola on the 30th day. And when he comes back to Tortola, who he was going to visit? Tell me. He was going to visit his mother, his father, and his girlfriend. Remember the girlfriend was down in Grosse Bay? And what was he going to ride? A mule. So the father was going to take this mule and tie it to a tree, and everything was going well. But one day when Louis came back, after many months, many years, the father said to Louis, Don't tie the mule there. It's going to mess up the place. That was a change of heart. What do you think happened? You're too young to know. The parents gave permission to another young man to come to court the young lady, so he didn't want Louis to meet that other man there. So hear what he said. Don't tie the mule there, it's going to mess up the place. And you know when men in love, they can't hear, right? Ain't true? They're so comfortable, they can't hear, they can't see, they can't smell. Everything's sweet. Now there's a little chorus where everybody will come in, we're going to do the first thing and then everybody gets into it. The boy Louis went to Tuesday, riding on his bottom. The boy Louis went to Tuesday, he tied a mule before the door. The father turned and said, Louis, 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 lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Now I want to hear you coming in on the chorus. Louis, Louis, loose your mule. Louis, Louis, loose your mule. Louis, Louis, loose your mule before you mess up in front of the door. So now we're going to go all over again. Green, white, white, white. Oh, the boy Louis went to Goose Bay, riding on his bottom mule. The boy Louis went to Goose Bay, he tied a mule before the door. The father turned and said, Louis, 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 lose your mule. Now, Louis, lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Before he mess, before the door. How could Louis lose the mule? How could Louis lose the mule? How could Louis lose the mule? When love had it tight. Louis, lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Louis, lose your mule. Before he mess, before the door. For the boy Louis went to Goose Bay, riding on his bottom mule. The boy Louis went to Goose Bay, he tied a mule before the door. Father turned and said, Louis, 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 lose. Everybody, Louis, lose your mule. You must understand what we're singing about, right? Now we're going to try to shorten up. In the BBI, we have the plenty rum. There was a rum factory in nearly every village. Some villages like Kenya, they had like 4. Gross, they had like 2. But there was a time when we couldn't sell any rum to the US Virgin Islands. All the rum was stockpiled right on Tortola. And as a result, men would smuggle some rum to St. Thomas now and then. But who ever heard about a woman smuggling rum? Yeah, a woman from St. Thomas came over here, got in love with the rum, and decided she going to take back some to St. Thomas. How was she going to do this? She was going to make a special underpants, a special pantalette, and put pockets in it. Can you see a pantalette with pockets? And she was going to drop the bottles of rum and they were going to be all over, and then she dropped her long frock down to her ankle bone, and she properly covered. But the captain, whose name was Sonny Henley, discovered that she was carrying rum. He saw the custom boat from the U.S. Virgin Islands coming up towards his boat. He searched the passengers and discovered all this rum and elagib. It happened by a place going to St. Thomas called the Cow and the Calf. So if you hear me say the Cow and the Calf, that's where it happened. If you hear me say Sonny Henley, he was the captain of the boat. If you hear me say elagib, who she was? Yeah, she was the woman who was smuggling the rum. Sweet white, white, white. Do that over for me again. Tell me by where you find the rum. Tell me by where you find the rum. Alright. These down here I got to respond. We're going to be saying, tell me boy where you find the rum, and you're going to be saying, into elagib pantale. Alright. Stop that. Tell me boy. Let's go again. 2, 2, 2. Tell me where you find the rum. Into elagib pantale. Nice, nice, nice little rum. Over the side, over the side. Over the side, over the side. Sonny, by where you push your hand. Come on, Sonny, by where you push your hand. Over the side, over the side. Over the side, over the side. Now when they come by the cover and the cap, pantale in half. When they come by the cover and the cap, what's the pantale in half? Over the side, over, let me hear you. Sonny, by where you going out from? That nice, nice, nice rum. Everybody, over the side, 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 over the pantale, over the side, over the side, over the pantale, over the
We don't get to experience them in that manner. Country music speaks of the country's cultural past, its historical past, and so it's also very important that we experience those firsthand. Things we take for granted that we can just go into the store and buy particular things had to be brought over in a very creative and innovative manner. So let me again thank everybody. We want to recognize Mrs. Elmore Stoutt, because you know that when you have a Mr. Elmore Stoutt, there must be a Mrs. Elmore Stoutt. And so we're very pleased that she was able to join her husband today, and we also recognize her presence. Mr. Stoutt, now you stand next to Mrs. Stoutt, please. And we present some flowers to Mrs. Stoutt. Thank you for appreciate that we're going to run our break a little longer, teacher colleagues. But as a small way, and a token of our appreciation, we present something small as well. This is not about the presentation. This is about the presence. This is about the visibility. This is about recognizing the contributions of our elders. So to Dr. Turnbull, we say thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. To Mr. and Mrs. Stoutt, we say we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming. Interestingly enough, Commissioner Frazer just went into town to help with the elderly home that's having a session today. So we extend our gratitude to him. We are grateful that you came. We are grateful that you came. What about colleagues? Funjiban, what are y'all called? Two? Say it loudly so they can hear you. Come on, people. Let's have a 1, 2. We have our 2 brain cells backing us up. Great collaboration with
I thought I was just coming to read my book to the students, and there we have this. This is beautiful and grateful, very grateful, and they've done such a beautiful job.
Any new books coming soon?
Not another children's book, but I'm working on my poetry.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well deserved. Congratulations on getting your award. Were you surprised?
Oh man, thanks. It was a real surprise, you know. But it's a part of me, and I gotta keep doing it.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and the students usually enjoy it. That's the way to pass it on. Yeah.
This was a really wonderful event. It was our head primary, Dr. Fiona Philmeyer, put it together, and it was honoring these legends of our community who have had such an impact on our community and the culture and everything from education to policing to music to art to literature. And it's just been what an incredible opportunity for our students to learn directly from these legends, being able to connect the real people with these names that we all know and hear of, but to see the people behind those names and what they continue to do for the BVI is just a real treat. I know our students enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it, and we'll treasure this. We hope to make it an annual event.
Running an activity called Experiencing Our Foundational Grades. And it was really, really important for us to bring in individuals who have helped to develop the fabric of the British Virgin Islands and to recognize them as elders, to honor them, to ensure that our students know who they are and can recognize them and give them that level of respect that is so very necessary. At Cedar International, likewise, we think it's very important to engage with the community and to ensure that our students look to the community as a source of strength, as a source of cultural heritage, as a source of knowledge. And so our honorees today did an awesome job. We're able to engage with every class in the primary school to ensure that our students knew who they were, saw what their contribution was, could learn from them, and likewise they could be enveloped in the warmth of our Cedar Primary School and likewise our secondary school setting. Our team have worked very hard to put this together, and we're grateful for all of the efforts that have come together to make this day possible. So thank you very much.